Hi guys, welcome back to the Drive Life channel, and in today's video we're going to be talking about a trend in modern cars that is actually making them more dangerous. Now this video comes as a result of a news article that I read yesterday actually, about a man who was driving his Tesla in Germany and crashed whilst trying to turn on his windscreen wipers. So yeah, an interesting topic, definitely. And it's basically, we're going to be talking about the tech that's inside these modern cars. It seems to be becoming more difficult to use than ever, really. So I thought I'd get in the A-Class and show you what I mean. And then we'll compare it to the Volvo. And yeah, do a little comparison, have a little chat about this sort of thing. Here we are. So, oh blimey, it's boiling in here. I'm gonna have to open the windows and everything. So essentially what happened was, I'll just wait for this, otherwise it'll be really loud. What happens was essentially this chap was driving along the Autobahn. I think he was travelling about 100 miles an hour, and it started raining, so he was trying to use his well, if you don't know what a Tesla Model 3 is, essentially it's an electric car. It doesn't have any speedos or anything, and everything is done on a screen that's here. It's all touch screen. And he was trying to adjust his windscreen wipers on the touch screen, and just drove off the road because he was so distracted. So this got me thinking, like, what distractions are there in modern cars? What other sort of things? Essentially, they're making things more complicated for the sake of it, such as the new Polestars, the new Porsches, Range Rovers, everything like that. It's all done on a touch screens. All of your climate control, all of this stuff is now a touch screen. And actually, although it makes it cheaper to manufacture the cars, because essentially it's all one unit that's built in, you don't have to have stalks and everything like that, there becomes a point, I think, where it actually becomes less safe. Because, for example, in the new Volvo XC90 or the new Volvo sensor system, you essentially have to go through a menu to get to your heated seats. So the time that it takes you is probably a second or two more than in this car, where you literally are driving along and just tap it there. So yeah, it's a bit of an odd thing, an odd way that all these car manufacturers are going. In my opinion, it doesn't seem, it's actually less safe. So what we'll do is we'll turn on the Merc here, and I wanted to talk about what other issues there are in terms of the systems. So don't get me wrong, this by no means is a posh system or anything like that, but it's got a few things on it which to me seem quite strange. So essentially you've got everything, all of the computer and everything in here, and I know this isn't special, but there's a lot to distract you in here. And then also you've got the screen here as well, so you've got your navigation. Don't get me wrong, a lot of this stuff is very useful, but if you want to change your music and you're driving along, you have got this button here, but the temptation is to do it within the driver's cockpit, and you've got to scroll across, and then you've got to change the song, and you just end up actually using much more, or taking much more time to do anything, and you have to concentrate on it because you can't just sort of do it without sort of paying attention. So yeah, it's just a thing that I've noticed with more modern cars. The more I'm driving them, there's more sort of issues arising surrounding that. I find myself sometimes trying to scroll through the bits that I want, if I want the trip or the navigation or the miles per gallon, for example. These menus in here are becoming so complicated that you're spending more time looking at these than you are the road. Of course, obviously this is down to each driver, and it's a lot of people may never use any of this, and they may always look at the road, and if they're going to deal with that, they'll then pull over and do that. But I think it's an opportunity for people who are easily distracted to become more distracted. In the case of the Tesla driver, he was actually banned from driving because the screen was deemed as a just touchscreen device, which the German authorities essentially frowned upon and banned him for it. So quite a harsh ruling in that sort of regard, I think. Especially as there was no one else injured in the accident or anything like that. But I think what they're doing is setting a precedent not to be distracted by your car. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop in the Volvo now and show you guys the difference of what it's like inside and how it's slightly less distracting. Okay then guys, so here we are inside the Volvo. This car's 7 years older than the Mercedes here, and as you can see, the instrument cluster is much more simple. It's operated by the stalks here, and you essentially, this is all the information you can get. That's it. So there's a lot less information displayed in this area. Also, you don't have any distraction screens down here. It's all very basic, and I know I'm pretty old school with this sort of thing, and these cars are getting more modern, and therefore they have more capacity to do things, etc. But like I said, I think it actually provides more opportunity to be distracted. This car is much more or just less distracting, really. There's less to be distracted by. And I'm not criticising the manufacturers or anything like that. This video is just sort of an eye-opener to people who, because it actually may be that people are becoming more distracted because there is more to distract them. So yeah, that's it guys. Bit of a waffly video, but I just thought I'd address that topic, share the Tesla story with you because I find it quite funny, really. And yeah, get some content out there. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.